And on the other hand is Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, who is a political activist, who is a freedom fighter, who is languishing in a solitary confinement today just because are we still coming out? Yes. Just because he refused to join force with the politicians to do economic exploitation and marginalization on the people. That is the reason why Nigeria moved swiftly, because he is exposing every calamities. He was exposing every crime that is being committed by Britain, that is being committed by Nigerian, that is being committed against ordinary people on the ground. That is the reason why this man you see here is now being in a solitary confinement in DSS dungeon in Nigeria. He was kidnapped, an extraordinary rendition to Nigeria after the Britain, under the leadership of Boris Johnson, actually made sure they sabotaged his security details, that he was captured and tortured for 8 days in a non-state apartment, and after that they renditioned him to Nigeria. And after renditioning him to Nigeria, this is where he found himself, in a solitary confinement. And not only that he found himself in a solitary confinement, the worst case scenario, the worst part of this incident is that at the end he defeated Nigeria and Britain in the court of Nigeria, which stated that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is a free man and cannot be tried in any court in Nigeria because there was a terrorist act that was meted against him. So, upon that, Nigeria decided that they will not adhere to their court order. That the man next to him, you see that is next to him there, he was Attorney General of the Nigeria Federation, who used his position as Attorney General to overrule the appeal court decision, which declared Mazen Nnamdi Kanu a free man, discharged and acquitted. And they said that there is no court in Nigeria that will stand to try him, because they have no jurisdiction to try him, because Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was renditioned from Kenya. He went to Kenya as a tourist. He went to Kenya and he was renditioned, which technically still he is still in Kenya. Therefore, Nigeria does not have jurisdiction to try him in Nigeria. Of course, we know very well that Nigeria does not obey their, they don't obey human rights law. Nigeria does not actually understand what jurisdiction means, because that is the reason why when they capture somebody, they take them away from their jurisdiction. They travel them maybe 500 kilometers away from where they were captured, even though there is a police station that is there where they're supposed to report that person. They will fly them. That is called a kidnapping. They do kidnapping on ordinary innocent people because they have nobody to speak on their behalf. So having seen Attorney General who overruled the court order, the court verdict given to Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in the October 13, 2022, and they held him in a solitary confinement still up until this day. Look at it, it is also getting to another 1 year when court of a competent jurisdiction, appeal court, set him free. The same man, like we talked about yesterday, who ordered the stay of execution, the same man is charged with corruption, is actually charged with corruption by looting Nigeria fund. selling crude oil without remitting the money, and other corruption charges that he is facing. This was the same man whom they noticed the corruption charges against him. They did not ask him to step aside so that he will not actually interfere with the evidence and the witnesses, but they left him in the position which he used, the position where he occupied, and maneuver everything. Today, they are looking for evidence to nail him. Is that not ironic? Is that a way a nation is run? You allowed him to finish the tenure and you are looking for evidence to nail him. Now, on the other hand, you will see Emmanuel Macron, the French president, who is the cause of all this problem. You see in Francophone countries, in the area of that ECOWAS, which resulted to many coups in that area because of this man who is sitting on top of a bank of gold, which you, of course, if you look into their country, you will never see a gold mine in their country. You will never see their land being destroyed in the name of mining gold. And at the end of the day, he has one of the highest reserve of gold. Where does he get it from? He stole it from Africa. And now, you will now contextualize all this stealing and exploitation from African resources while African children and African parents are using boat crossing Mediterranean Sea. And on the next to the Emmanuel Macron you see here, you will see what is written there. It is an image of Nigerians, 1,200 Nigerians who died in Sahara Desert and the Mediterranean Sea in 2023 alone. In 2023 alone. So we are going to be touching on all those things that you find here. If we cannot finish them in the next 2 hours, we will continue tomorrow where we stopped. But this gospel must be preached for our people to understand where their problem is coming from. Just like you will see in our topic there, the attack on the Niger troops that took place. The attack on the Niger troops that took place. And the people dying in Mediterranean Sea that are coming from within ECOWAS region and Francophone countries, that France is to be blamed. Because economic exploitation that is done against these people, it was done by France. And Britain as well, to be blamed in Nigeria. Because if you see the amount of the people who are leaving Nigeria looking for a way to get to Europe, where they will seek for a greener pasture, and they will end up dying on the way even before getting to the Europe. So, when you look at it, you will see that Europeans have moral value or moral, stance to condemn these people that are crossing Mediterranean Sea. Do they have a moral ground to say that they are going to control the influx of these people that are crossing in through Mediterranean Sea, through Sahara Desert to Europe? Do they have the moral ground? No, they do not have, because they are the reason why these people are crossing Mediterranean Sea, Sahara Desert, just to get to Europe, because of the economic sabotage they have done in their own country, that nobody is included in the economy. Nobody, there is no means of survival in the country where they are running from. There is police brutality. They cannot even do their things like a free people. They are treated like animals. They are over-policed. They are manhandled. They are ill-treated. You cannot even have freedom of speech. They do not have freedom of association. They do not have freedom to exercise their right of self-determination. They do not have freedom to civil disobedience. They do not have such freedom. So they are looking for where they will actually get this freedom. And it is part of the structure that we are fighting to destroy in Africa that is making our government to see themselves as a supreme and omnipotent, that they will not adhere to the people who elected them into the position of leadership, and they say democracy is the best. Yet our people are dying in the name of democracy. Yet our people's right is being toppled upon in the name of democracy. So if you look at exactly what is going on in and around Nigeria, around this Africa, mostly the ECOWAS region, before we actually extend it to the east, you will understand the excess of the West in those areas is causing a lot of damages. It's making people die young. It's making people die before their time. The West is being enriched. Our people who are actually given this cheap labor to mine those resources for the sake of the same West, they will not be paid correctly. The only thing that they will receive is peanut, to the extent that some of them will say, no, we are not doing it anymore. Let us find a way, instead of sitting here dying for nothing, let us die while we are on a move to go for, to seek for a greener pasture. That's why many of them die in a Sahara desert, in Mediterranean Sea, where you will see that boat parked. During the time of that submersible that took place in, I believe, in the those who went to see Titanic wreckage. During that time, do you know how long they spent day and night searching for these 5 people? But in Mediterranean Sea, in that same time, there was a boat that capsized. More than 400 people were drowned in that time. No one looked for them. They were not looked for. The same type of boat that you are seeing when you tune in into this program on top. This is the same type of boat that capsized. But those 5 people, their life matters more than the hundreds of African children. Of course, these African children are trying to migrate because of the economic sabotage done on them, done against them, and now when they die, no one is being held to account. And now they will be policed, because there is nothing that will stop them from migrating. They have no hope in the country where they found and called their own country. So some of them make peace with death. They will say, I rather go out there trying to reach. It's either I reach there or I die. One thing must actually occur. So they will decide, even if you place a border there, they will not mind to bring it down. That is the reason why you see people in Morocco being manhandled, being treated like animals in the video that made wave in social media last year. These are the same people who are dying in Mediterranean Sea and Sahara Desert, being treated like nobody. Europe is crying about the influx of these migrants, but Europe is not trying to correct the real root cause of all this problem that is making this migrant die in Mediterranean Sea. Those who make it will go into their country for refuge, because they know they have the key to the root cause of this problem, and they know that they can stop the root cause of this problem, but they are in denial of it. And that is the reason why I am saying the Europeans who are there watching their elite exploiting Africa, that the African children are actually going out there to die because of the economic sabotage and their excesses in African resources and African economy, which make African children to decide that they will die fighting for their survival instead of sitting in the country and dying like nobody. So if you are not going to lend your voice as European, who is on the benefiting side of this your elite exploitation on Africa, who are still benefiting from Berlin Conference Agreement today, you are going to, by the time the revolution that is going to come, by the time God will turn against you people, no one will pity you, because you never pitied Black African people who are suffering as a result of what your elite are doing in our various nations. By the time what will come out onto you people, no one is going to pity you. You people are going to actually pay for all these things your elite are doing, because you did not lend your voice to condemn it. You are enjoying it. After all, they told you, as you are growing up, they told you black people are monkeys. So you don't feel them dying. What goes around will always come around. France is enriched with gold. France is enriched with uranium. France is enriched with oil. France is enriched with every resources today. And they don't have it naturally coming out from their ground. They stole them. Likewise, Britain. Likewise, United States. They stole all these things. And their people, it will not rise up to challenge, to ask them, when are you going to free Africa? Hands off Africa. Yet they will come out and be hypocritical. Black Lives Matter. If Black Lives Matter, why not the black life of those dying in Mediterranean Sea? If Black Lives Matter, you should call your elite to hands off African resources, so that Africa will use their resources to make a better countries in Africa, so that our people will stop running helter-skelter, trying to go to where our resources and our free labor has built. It is very, very necessary that our leader wake up before the people, because the rain that is raging, if that rain fall, everybody is going to regret it. If the rain that is raging, if it falls, everybody is going to regret it. It is actually the algorithm. It is not me speaking it. From the look of things, you will understand that exactly what I am saying. It is something that is about to take place. So if the leaders wake up before the people, they will do the right thing that might assuage the rain from falling. But if they decide not to wake up and decide to play games with the people, when the rain falls, the rain will touch them first before any other thing. Now let us go to the news about this Mediterranean Sea. I want to bring the news of the Mediterranean Sea before we go to Niger Republic and how they are dying. The soldiers are being killed, and how hypocritical ECOWAS decided to stay. They condemn the killing of Niger soldiers. First of all, let us read the death of Nigerians in Sahara Desert. Any president that comes up in Nigeria, they will not try to address the death of their people in Sahara Desert and the Mediterranean Sea, but they will want to solve democracy issue in Niger Republic. Listen, let us read. Maybe let me bring it in front of the screen. I hope you are going to read with me. 1,200 Nigerians die in Sahara Desert, Mediterranean Sea in 2023. IOM, International Organization for Migration, has said at least 1,200 Nigerians Now, 1,200 Nigerians have died while trying to migrate through Sahara. The acting deputy comptroller general of Nigeria Immigration Service NIS, Kemi Nandap, disclosed this Thursday during the 2023 anti-smuggling of migrant nationwide sensitization and enlightenment campaign at the NIS headquarters in Abuja. Wow. Parents will think that their children are still making their way to Europe. Some of these parents doesn't know that their children are gone. The event was held in commemoration of the 60th anniversary of NIS. The team visited Jabi Park, the federal government boys college Apo, and the Gaki. Is it Gariki? Is it Gaki or Gariki? On Thursday. Nandap, who is in charge of the Directorate of Migration, lamented that many Nigerian youth were losing their lives while trying to seek greener pasture abroad through irregular routes because they do not have money to buy a flight ticket, they do not have connection to get to the embassy, and most of them, when they get to the embassy, the way they will be toiled with, the way they will not be paid attention to, so they will decide that they will do or die affairs in order to get to the to that Europe in the search for greener pasture, so that you will know they will talk about it. What have they done about it? The only thing they will do about it, it is to try to militarize the borders in which they are using to cross, so that the military will be the ones to kill them. Remember, militarization of the borders, which these people who are willing to take risks to go through Sahara Desert or Mediterranean Sea. Militarization of the borders, it is actually the same thing as leaving them to go and die in Mediterranean Sea, because they will never take it. They will try to smuggle themselves, whether you militarize the border and shoot to kill. People will still look for greener pasture because they believe that this life they are living, it is not worth living if they cannot find and provide for their own family. Of course, you will bear me witness that most of the people from the sub-Saharan area, it is a patriarchal society. But today you have seen even women are crossing Sahara Desert. Even women are dying in Mediterranean Sea. That is how bad it has become. It is not only men who are trying to fight to protect their family financially. It is now even men and women. So how are they working towards solving this conundrum? They are not trying to solve it. They are trying to create more ways of killing these people before they will even cross. Because they will kill them within the African region. Because immediately when they get to Europe, it's either they actually integrate them and they give them asylum seeking and make them asylum seekers. Because crime is not committed in the open in Europe. The only thing Europeans are good at is systematic crime against Africa. But for them to commit this crime where in the open, like the African people will commit this crime against their own people in the open, it is only in Africa that a dirty deal is done. Just like I told you that Britain did not deal with Mazen Nnamdi Kanu in Britain, where he is a citizen. They waited until he crossed to Kenya. They used Africa under the regime of Uhuru Kenyatta of Kenya. They used that government to apprehend innocent man who is just a political activist. They used him to apprehend him. And at the end of the day, they tortured him. God help him, he did not die. So this is how they are actually dealing with this type of problem. Because these people also know that once they cross and arrive in Europe, that they will not go back. They will not be treated like animals because people are watching. Because there are surveillance. So they want to block them off in Africa and deal with them in Africa, such as Tunisia and maybe Morocco. If it warrant for them to be killed, they will be killed because the West is funding that project to make sure that they do not cross. It is not because they are dying in the Mediterranean Sea or they are dying in Sahara Desert. It is because the West are tired of the influx of these people, but they are not doing the right thing to stop the influx. They are still, because the right thing, very simple, to stop people's migration, to stop this illegal migration, it is very simple. Hands off Africa. And if any politician bring money they stole to come and hide in Europe, deport them and seize the money. Deport them and seize the money. Make use of it yourself. Don't even give it back. If it is actually what is going to make people to keep their money in the country. If they steal the money and come to Europe, deport them and seize the money. Let it be the resources that you people use it and replace the economic sabotage you are doing on Africa. Because if you are able to do this, the leaders will go home and the leaders will make their place good. And the leaders will build hospital that they will be attending to, that people will be attending to. They will build a good economy that they know, of course, they are going to be part of. So if you cannot do this thing and stop the economic sabotage and neocolonialism in Africa, so you should continuously expect that you should know, rather, that you people are killing people in Mediterranean Sea. You people are killing people in Sahara Desert. It is you systematically killing these people and the African leaders. That is the reason why when this bloody revolution is going to take place, these African leaders will not be spared. That is very, very something, important stuff they need to actually put at the back of their mind, because they will not be better than these people who are dying on a daily basis. 1,200 only in 2023. 1,200 Nigeria children died in Mediterranean Sea. Let's continue to read. Nadab, who is in charge of the Directorate of Migration, lamented that many Nigerian youth were losing their lives while trying to seek greener pasture abroad through irregular routes. We have a big problem in this country. That is the issue of Japa syndrome. Japa syndrome. They call it Japa syndrome. Japa means to run away. Japa syndrome. We have so many of our youth who are dying in the Sahara, dying in the Mediterranean Sea. They are dying for no cause, she said. Nandab urged Nigeria wishing to Japa to reach out to the immigration desk in all the NIS state command for necessary information. Why don't you do something that will stop them from jabbering? Do something that will stop them from jabbering. Declaring the event open, the acting controller general of NSI, Urola Adepoju, urged Nigerians wishing to relocate abroad to take a regular route. She gave the advice while declaring open 2023 anti-smuggling of migrant nationwide sanitization and enlightenment campaign of the NIS headquarters in Abuja Thursday. Okay. Thursday commemoration of 60th anniversary. The acting CG said it was pertinent to reduce Nigerians about the ills of irregular migration, adding that Nigeria was losing too many youth on the illegal route. Now, when you ask yourself, who are these youth that is being lost? Who are these youth that is being lost? Oh, so when they kill them in the borders of Tunisia and Morocco, they harvest their organ. That is the information I am getting from the comment section. When they kill them from the, just like, of course, because if you militarize this border where they are using to access Mediterranean Sea and Sahara Desert, that is another new, what happens there in those borders. It is Hail Mary. When they kill them in these borders, they harvest their organs. Hi, Africa. Hi. When it was said, hey, when this rain is going to fall, hey, it is going to be a mighty rain. It is going to be a mighty rain that will spare nobody. It will spare nobody. We are watching, and let me actually see if there is any contingency plan that is reasonably put in place for these people. There is none. There are none. You find some of them going through this balloon. Did you see them crossing a sea using a balloon? Did you see them in front of your screen? They are crossing a sea using a balloon. Aye. God have mercy on our African children. God have mercy on African children. Let me finalize this one. Now you have seen that in Nigeria, they call it Japa syndrome. They call it Japa syndrome in Nigeria. Why is it called Japa syndrome? Because people are actually so addicted to run away. And they call it Japa syndrome. And they have not done anything to make sure that they stop this syndrome from actually, infecting more Nigeria children. How would they have stopped it if they include economic inclusions? By having an economic inclusions, making sure that the youth are empowered. That is one, the only way you can stop this Japa syndrome, they called it. But there has never been an economic empowerment. Rather, there is always intimidation of the youth. There is always demonization of the youth. Just like you will see a checkpoint in Nigeria where youth will be passing. They will tell them to remove their clothes. When this youth remove their clothes, if you have any markings, whether it is actually markings that come out of your culture or anything, they will kill you. They will kill you. If you have any markings or tattoo, the military will kill you. So that is how bad. Do you think that somebody would like to die without doing anything to survive? That is the reason why you see Nigerians, they take the highest risk. They take the highest risk in every means possible for them to survive, because they know very well they are coming from hellfire. How can a police or military see a mark on your body or tattoo on your body and they kill you for that? They believe you are a bandit. That's why you have a mark or tattoo in your body. You are a gangster. That's why you have mark or tattoo in your body. They kill you. But tattoo is a fashion in free world. Tattoo is a fashion in every other nation. In Nigeria, tattoo is a criminality. That is how bad that place is. That is the reason why when you see Nigerians trying to make their way out of that place, you shouldn't actually blame them. You pity them. Because that is how bad Nigeria is. If you like, you investigate what I am telling you. It is the truth. I am not exaggerating. So, upon all these challenges that people in Nigeria are facing, upon all these challenges that people in Nigeria is facing, now guess what? Nigeria is going about looting funds. Let me show you, because yesterday I told you that we are going to show you how a whistleblower was actually treated by Attorney General Malami of Federation. Let me show you. The whistleblower exposed this man who prosecute innocent people, who actually detain people arbitrarily. Let us read. Did you see? Ask Malami about sale of 48 million barrels of crude. Interpol tells reps. Interpol tells rep. This is the man. The one who ordered stay of execution on Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, innocent man, who exposed their calamities, who is calling for the better deal for his own people, who is a political activist. He ordered the stay of execution. Now let me read. The head of the National Central Bureau, NCB, of the International Criminal Police Organization, Interpol, Garba Baba Umar, says the House of Representatives should direct inquiries over the alleged loss of over $2.4 billion from the illegal sale of 48 million barrels of crude oil. Crude oil export in 2015. Did you see when he stole, when these things was, when they found out about this crime? 2015, the first year of them in the position of power. That is when Buhari administration started corrupting, looting Nigeria to dust. 2015. That's why what we read yesterday told you that he was claiming that Buhari knows about it in 2016. So Buhari is an accomplice to all this criminality. Where is Buhari today? Disappeared to the thin air, because we know that the real Buhari of 2015 died in 2017. And they used an imposter. And that imposter ruled Nigeria for over 4 years. Look at it. For you to understand how bad it has gone in Nigeria, listen up. For you to understand how bad it has gone in Nigeria, did you see in a video flying about telling you that Joe Biden said that the Nigeria president was dead and he was still ruling Nigeria? That was a fake. It was a fake. We don't need any fake video to tell us that Buhari died in 2017. We know that Buhari died in 2017. So that video that they are circulating, because our people need to understand exactly when they are being fooled. That was an artificial intelligence that is being used to create such deep fake. It was a fake. We don't need such thing to convince us that Buhari died in 2017. If Buhari did not die in 2017, where is he today? Because once he got out of office, he promised you he is going to retire in Niger Republic or the border in Daura. Did he not promise you? Immediately he retired to Niger Republic, a coup took place. Oh. And at the end of the day, you are looking at Nigeria to be good tomorrow. When a dead man ruled over Nigeria for 4 years and he retired in another country, immediately after retiring in another country, a coup took place there. Because he was an imposter from Niger Republic. They put him a hyper mask to rule over Nigeria. Pay them a lot of money. That is the reason why you cannot even see. That's why they will never allow Peter Obi to go into the position of power. That is the reason why Britain will never allow Peter Obi to smell the position of power. Because they know that Peter Obi might expose these things. Peter Obi might look for that guy who acted Buhari or who played Buhari to go and face charges of impersonation. It is a reasonable charges. So they know that Peter Obi might, he is an Igbo man anyway, Biafran man. So that is the reason why they will never allow him to smell the coffee. Forget this shenanigan taking place in the court. All those things they are doing. Wow. You believe. When the order comes from Chatham House, who is going to lead Nigeria? He comes from Chatham House. Hey. Nigeria is a joke. And when we know all these things, this man, since 2015, he was still Attorney General of Federation. Since 2015 until 2023, where a new government came in and they retired. Now, to the office of the Attorney General of Federation, Abubakar Malami, let's continue to read. He said this when appeared before the House of Hawk Committee investigating the matter. The committee is also probing crude oil export from 2014 to date. The committee was questioning the Interpol boss for going after whistleblowers who exposed the alleged illegal sale of 48 million barrels of Nigeria Bonny Light crude oil to China in 2015, estimated at $2.4 billion after they approached the House to expose the deal. They went after the whistleblower instead of going after the suspect. Umaru said that they were after the whistleblower following a petition from the Office of the Attorney General of the Federation to investigate the activities of some Nigerians and foreign nationals who involved in blackmailing and extortion of government functionaries, using forged documents to gain access to government institutions and to carry out fraudulent activities. Did you see where they have actually, what they actually tagged the whistleblower? This is what Attorney General Malami, who stay execution on Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, this is what he actually tagged the whistleblower. That the whistleblower, they should go after him because he claimed that they are forging. Let me read it again so that for clarity's sake. Umar said they were after the whistleblower following the petition from the Office of the Attorney General of Federation to investigate the activities of some Nigerians and foreign nationals involved in blackmail and extortion of government functionaries, using forged documents to gain access to government institutions to carry out fraudulent activities. That means the whistleblower probably hacked into their database Maybe there was a breach to the database in order to extract those information. That is the reason why now, or he believed that the whistleblower hacked into his database in order to find out all these criminal activities that is being perpetrated by him, because he believed that nowhere else that this whistleblower will find this information except if the whistleblower hack into them. That's why he said they are forging and blackmailing and extortion and forging documents to gain access to government institutions to carry out fraudulent activities. This is where I am going to leave it. The reason why I started reading this is for you to see how Nigeria deals with corruption of the government entities or government officials. Government officials. This is how Nigeria handle their case. They give them room to be in the position where they are, to use that position to intimidate and even jail people who are there to expose them or kill them. Because the ones that they call whistleblower, they don't know them. That's why they were still alive. Or that's why they were not found in solitary confinement. That is the reason why he gave Interpol ultimatum to investigate those people. To investigate those people as Attorney General of Federation of Nigeria. So, the moral of this exposition is all about that the man who ordered the stay of execution on Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is nothing but a criminal suspect. A criminal suspect. And every activities he carried out, both the people he jailed, both the people he used his position to actually, jail and intimidate, those people actually need compensation because he's a criminal. He does that unarbitrarily. He does that because he is in a position to do it. DJ Jackson or the Jackson Kissman says, "Small boy, we will capture you one day." You are a fool. You are a fool. You are a fool. I will capture one of you in any of these countries where you will go and hide your money. You are a fool. Do you think I am scared of you capturing me and I'm showing you my face? I am not scared of you capturing me. Why do you think people leave Nigeria and go and die in Mediterranean Sea? Why do you think people leave Nigeria to go and die in Sahara Desert? Because you have put them through hell. So, they are living like dead bodies. So, the Jackson, don't think that you are stupid. Comment in that comment section is going to move people like me. I am not scared of you. If you want to tell me where we will meet outside Nigeria, where you use police and army to deceive yourself, we will meet outside Nigeria so that we will know who is who. It's not about using a fake account to come to comment section and be threatening me. You are a coward. A big coward. That's whom you are. You think you will capture everybody. You don't know what time is it. You don't know what time is it. If you knew, you will not come to comment section to talk rubbish. You will not. Idiot. So, it is very, very imperative for our people to know the truth, because it is only the truth that will set them free. Only the truth that will set them free. You see them, they will, maybe it is even the Attorney General himself using a fake account to come and write rubbish in my comment section. All those money you people hide in your offshore account, one day you people are going to actually vomit it. All those money you have stolen from from all these your illegal activities in Nigeria. You people are going to pay for it. Do you think that coming to intimidate people will change things? No, it will not. It will aggravate things. Because you people are a bunch of, criminals. Making people to lose their lives in Mediterranean Sea. Do you think I am better than those people who are losing their lives in Mediterranean Sea? Do you think my life is so precious than theirs? It is not. So we have to actually speak to make sure that these people, they stop losing their lives in Mediterranean Sea. Because you believe you have secured the bag for your own family. You have secured the bag for your own family. That is the reason why you are doing what you are doing. And anybody that is actually supporting these people, that is looting the country to zero, all of you are going to pay for it. The death of these people that are dying for the sake of what you are doing are going to come to hunt all of you. So, this is it. The man that is actually ordered the stay of execution on Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, if he will come to actually explain himself as per reason why he ordered the stay of execution on Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, I think he need to recuse himself first. He need to recuse himself. Because they were so scared that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was exposing every of their criminal activities in Nigeria. That is what scared them the most, and that is the reason why they decided to go out there, out of their way, to kidnap him, torture him, and extraordinary rendition him to Nigeria. Believing that it is going to, just go down well with them. No. Evil that men do will always do well with them. All of you, gangs of reprobates, you people are going to pay for all the crimes that you are committing in Nigeria. You people are going to pay for all the lives you have killed in Nigeria. It is not about coming to the comment section. That makes you a coward. Make a video and show me whom you are. Then I will know that you are able and capable. So, of course, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu must be released in the next court appearance, because every case leveled against him by these people was done on their own self, it is actually it is born of their, personal vendetta against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. That is the reason why they are doing everything they are doing against him. And the United Nations is not saying anything. And Britain, of course, we know they are the ones who did the job. They are not saying anything. Because we know they are the ones who did the job. Because they want Nigeria to continue to remain one. Because one Nigeria helped them for the economic exploitation on Nigeria. So that is the reason why Britain will not look for their citizen. One Nigeria. Because anybody in Nigeria preaching one Nigeria, even when you know that Nigeria is not one, Nigeria is only one to continue to promote the economic exploitation and sabotage, and making people 1,300 to die within the course of a year in Mediterranean Sea in the quest to go and seek for greener pasture abroad. You believe that, when we say the disintegration of that zoo called Nigeria is a task that must be done. We know that Britain is doing everything possible for them not to disintegrate Nigeria. But disintegration of Nigeria will be done. It's either by peace or in pieces. because men have died. More than 3.5 million women and children died for the sake of that quest, and we must fulfill that quest. We must make them proud. They did not die for nothing. They died for something. So tell our Attorney General or whoever that he is using to write rubbish that we are not scared, and we showed you ourselves. We don't speak from the both sides of our mouth. We speak it the way it is. You get hurt, it means you are a criminal. So, we are going to leave this one here, and we are going to the death of the Niger Republic soldiers on the border of, is it Burkina Faso or Mali? On the border of Mali and or Burkina Faso. Let us find out where this ambushing took place. Where did this ambush took place? Even though so many news reported different numbers of the soldiers that was killed, but let us actually see it from Al Jazeera. The report coming from Al Jazeera. Then we are going to also bring you, something that is very, very ironic. Where ECOWAS condemned the killing on the troops, which they have actually mapped out for extermination. Remember, ECOWAS said that they are going to do a military response. That's what ECOWAS said. They will do a military response. Now, it says more than a dozen Niger soldiers killed in an attack near Mali border. Near Mali border. The Nigerian Defense Ministry says another 20 soldiers were wounded in the attack. Another 20 soldiers were wounded in the attack. At least 17 Niger soldiers have been killed in an attack by armed groups near the border with Mali. The country's Ministry of Defense said, according to a statement released late on Thursday, a detachment of the Nigerian armed forces moving between Boni and Toridi was victim of the terrorist ambush near the town of Katogo, 52 kilometers southwest of Torodi,